Hi, today's tutorial will show you how to add pictures to your website. Think of the websites you visit every day. Every one of those sites contain pictures. Creativity and visuals go a long way to enhance the look and feel of your website. Adding pictures can be an easy way to add that visual flair or visual supplement that your website really needs. To add pictures, we have two options. One is really easy and one is a bit more cumbersome, and it all depends on which browser you use. If you're a PC person who uses Firefox, then you'll have a much easier time adding pictures. However, if you're an Apple person like I am who prefers Safari, things get a little bit more complicated. Note, Firefox just might be the better browser to use here, so you might want to use Firefox whether you are a PC or an Apple person. The nice thing about Firefox is it allows you to drag and drop. So here I am on my main menu, and I'm going to go to the page I've been working on the other tutorials, and that's my new home page down here at the bottom. So what you want to do is click Edit Main Page, just like you would if you want to put anything on your website. So I'm going to do that now. Here we are at our workspace. So what I've done is I've already gone onto Google Images, found an image I wanted, and saved it to my desktop, and I'm going to use that right now to put on my page. It's a very useful image I think all of us should use. I'll put Batman on here. Now, you see how I'm using Safari? Safari does not like the drag and drop method. So what it'll do is it'll turn it into a file location name. But if I were to use Firefox, which I have open in the back here, I'll go to the same page and I'll show you how easy this is. You just take your image, again it's just saved on my desktop here, I'm going to drag and drop Batman and there he is. Now I can take this and I can make it bigger, I can drag it. Obviously the resolution changes the bigger the image you make it, and you can move it around. If I want to center it I can certainly do that. Thought I could do that. But wherever you put your cursor is where that image will eventually end up. So the drag and drop method on Firefox works very, very well. Now I'm going to close Firefox and go back to my Safari page. So what we need to do is show you the other way to add pictures onto your website in case you cannot drag and drop. So what we want to do is we want to find this little icon right here in the middle of our toolbars. Notice how when I hover over it, it says Insert Image from Gallery. Well, I'm going to bring up my gallery, so let me do that. I'm going to click on it, and my gallery is loading here. A whole bunch of images I've used in the past. Now, that image of Batman isn't on there. I have to add that to my gallery first. So what I am going to do is I'm going to add, and I'm going to choose a file here. So I'm going to find Batman on my website, or on my desktop, sorry. There he is. Just like adding an attachment to an email. I'm going to choose that. And I like to make the pixels a little bit more. The bigger the pixels, the bigger the picture you can make it. So I'm just going to increase this to 300. This is something you'll have to play around with. If you import an image like I'm showing you here and it's too small, you don't like it, and it's too grainy, try adding it again and adding more pixels. It'll just kind of save it as a higher resolution image. So I'm going to upload that image to my gallery. And there it is. It showed up right here. So now that I've got this in my gallery, I'm going to close this. You can leave it open, but just to demonstrate here, I'm going to close this. I'm going to put my cursor where I want that image. Now that I know that image is in my gallery, I can bring that back up. I can double click on Batman, and it should be. Let me do some work here. Okay, Batman's not showing up. Try that again. Alright, we're running into some problems. Try a different image. Alright. So it does work. Maybe I was just, I'm going to click on Batman, then I'm going to click Insert. There he is. Okay, so that's what I was doing wrong. Sometimes if you double click the image, it appears on your page. In this case, I had to click Insert in the bottom of my gallery. I'm going to show you that one more time just to avoid confusion here. So I'm going to open up my gallery. I'm going to select the image I want. And down in the bottom here, where I'm circling, you'll see the word Insert, and I'm just going to click on that. And there's Batman. And you can do the same thing. You can click on, you should be able to click on the image and change the size of it. So that is how you add images. Like I said, with Firefox, it's nice and easy. You can use the drag and drop. If you're going to use Safari, you will have to upload it to your gallery, which is kind of nice because if you edit your page, it's always going to be in your gallery. If you need to delete that image and insert it somewhere else, it's going to always be there. It's saved there indefinitely so that you can bring it up at any time. So, you know, you want to be careful. Adding too many images will certainly be too much for your website. Again, I've been preaching to you that you don't want too much text. The simpler the better. The least amount of clicks that you can have is a good thing. And so if you have too many images on there, certainly it might give people the wrong impression that there's not information here. So be selective about the images you use. Now, you might want to put math equations on there, or you can take pictures of your notes that you give and things like that. And those are invaluable. You can use a lot of those. But just a recommendation is be careful about how many images you have on there. Obviously, Batman's not going to stay on my page, even though it would definitely make my page cooler if he did. So if you have any questions, you can certainly talk to me, or you can talk to Phil, or you can talk to Scott, and we can certainly help you add pictures to your website. I hope you found this useful.